Look at that, the third place playoff, and both of those sides gunning all the way to the end. South Africa just holding on to take out the bronze medal in Hong Kong. We turn our attention now to the big one, the cup final. New Zealand versus Fiji, the two best teams ever in the history of this shorter form of the game. Look at the head-to-head, 44-40 across the years. New Zealand have won more Hong Kong Sevens titles since the series began in the professional era, but over the years since it began 40 years ago, Fiji have been dominant.
Probably back New Zealand, really. So it should be good.
Speaking of Fijian greats, look at that, Waisali Sarevi.
He's a happy man.
Perhaps the greatest of them all looking on. It's been a tough year for Fiji, hasn't it? There's been the Hurricane Winston that happened, devastated the Fijian Islands just before the Las Vegas event. They ended up going on to win that, and it's been an emotional time for them, and they just love playing in Hong Kong, don't they?
Oh, absolutely love it. Like, wherever you go, really, Fiji have such a good following, and it's such a big sport. It's the #1 sport over there, so they love it. They love playing in front of big crowds like this. But all the fans from home always watching. As I said before, anywhere they go, there's so many Fijian fans all in a little group in one part of the stand, just cheering them on, and they love performing in front of this big crowd.
Talk about milestones. DJ Forbes, he's equalled the great Samoan player Oali Mai at this event. More events than anyone in the history of professional rugby sevens, and gee, wouldn't he like to get one over his great rivals here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, DJ Forbes has played Fiji plenty of times, and a lot of times in cup finals, so this isn't going to be something that he's not used to. Maybe the only difference being that he's down to 10 men, but if there's one captain you'd want when your number's down, he's probably up there in someone that you'd want. So yeah, it should be interesting.
Well, they've graced the cup final in Hong Kong, these two teams, many times before. They rarely disappoint when they come together in the title match at any event. Fiji, defending champions. New Zealand, the most successful team in recent times in Hong Kong. Your commentary team after the anthems for the Hong Kong Sevens Cup final are Carl Tanana and Keith Quinn.
God defend New Zealand. And now God bless Fiji. Beautiful version, emotion from Pio Tuwai as they stand united under noble banner blue. One of the lines from the Fiji anthem, and there is the team, the New Zealand, no question about the Tits tactics. Forbes, Messam and Williams, his three toughest forwards. Then it'll be Gillies Kaka at the halfback, and the outside will be Ware, Aki and Baker in the backs. And the Ben Ryan reasoning for this one, without Rawata, he's number 11, he's injured, is to bring in the Iceman, Ice Katanambau. And there is our referee for this one, Matt O'Brien. He's representing World Rugby these days, resident in Buenos Aires. The referees are going to be announced for the Olympic Games in 24 hours. Perhaps it's an indication of Matt's hopes. He's resident in Buenos Aires. We are all residents in Hong Kong, as you are at home, for what we hope will be an epic final. Away goes the kickoff from Gillies Kaka. New Zealand in the black, Fiji in the black and white, and they meet again. I'm Keith Quinn, and with me is Carl Tanana, who played in 2 finals here against Fiji in the World Series, and there might have been 3, counting another one before the World Series started. And there is the man they call Ice Katanambau. And this is a running team, feels slightly soft after heavy rain 5 or 6 hours ago. But we can expect a lot of crazy paving in this one. Gillies Kaka trying to get it over the top. Katanambau and Kolinisau in there, and the first stoppage favours New Zealand. Here's Carl.
Yeah, Keith, thank you. Good evening, everyone watching at home. The assignment for New Zealand will be to contain the offloads of the Fiji and cut off the support lines, as they just did with Kurt Baker. Fiji will all want to create 1v1 matchups and play space, not get the close contact.
7 young men from 2 teams on the field going to the sporting, wishing well with this one, and even talking to each other still in the front rows. Sonny Bill Williams in the conversation there with Apasai Domalele. Gillies Kaka away to Kurt Baker, out into the midfield, where it's been a big decision made by Coach Tetchens to bring in Peter Aki for his hard driving play, and that's a good example of it. And here is Kaka from Baker out wide to Sonny Bill. Hard into the opposition's Katanambau. What a collision that was.
What a great start and attack by New Zealand though, Keith. The spread at one side of the field, Peter Aki being very strong, and Domalele before he packs into the scrum against.
Look at this guy, all fired up, going in against Sonny Bill Williams.
Guys, you got to start in the line-out. Come in.
So here they come into the line-out to match up for the throw. New Zealand's, well, that's comfortably won by Domalele. Goal line right there. And in typical Fijian 7 style, they pass it from the red zone, and they don't care how they do it. Away he goes. Kolinisau, we've seen him so often do this. He bursts 50 metres out, but then kicks a crazy ball across to Liam Messam. The double Commonwealth Games gold medalist for New Zealand, back in 7s, trying to get his way into the Olympic Games. Sonny Bill Williams, tough men in the forwards, Messam, Williams and DJ Forbes. Another pass from Messam. And this is Regan Ware, the youngest man in the New Zealand team, absolutely buried then by Fatima Rarubu, taken by Gillies Kaka. Were they back 10 metres? DJ Forbes flings it to his left. Kurt Baker, 3 tries in the quarter-final. He scored against Wales. That's 6 times we saw his thumbs up. They'll be hoping for thumbs up at the end of this final. So there is Sonny Bill again, taking it into contact. Ware to Forbes, and here is Aki. Oh, a beautiful sidestep by Peter Aki. This is terrific stuff from New Zealand, and he's lifted the lid.
Well, Peter Araki is so abrasive. Can play in the forwards, but also in the centre position. A World Cup winner for New Zealand and Russia. DJ Forwards realises where the space was, goes on the outside of Kalini Sau. The great footwork by Peter Araki is there for one reason, that's to snap people in half, but on this occasion he gets it done on attack.
The man up against him, Jerry Tuwai, is a brilliant player, but look at the breadth, the width, whatever you call it, of these side steps from Peter.
Yeah, very hard to defend, especially when the defence is going backwards. He used his gas to get on the outside of Kalini Sau, and then he uses a step and he comes for a break to the sideline. He's done the start, or he's got the start New Zealand needed.
Kaka adds the conversion. That's 7-0 to New Zealand. I haven't yet mentioned it's a 10 minutes each way final, as it is all over the HSBC Sevens series matches. And there's Kalini Sau. What a brilliant break that was. It was all going to be a try for Fiji at the other end. He made that kick across field. Here's Katonimbao. Again, trying to find wingspan. Malala. Turn over time. Metham fast hands. Kaka. Sunnyville gets one of his trademark offloads. Molia is into the game off the bench. New Zealand only have 3 on their reserve bench. Fiji, thanks to better injury record, have 5. Here is Rabubu.
Stop!
Well, a relieving penalty for Fiji, no doubt about that, Keith. This final has flown by. 6 minutes nearly up on the clock already, gone 10-minute halves, as you say, but Fiji needs something right now.
Jerry Tuwai. Tough times back home for these Fiji players with the cyclone. Oh, there's Tuwai giving his own version of sidestep. And what does the referee say about the fact that he's fallen to the deck? In comes Domalala on Regan Ware. Goal line right there. Kaka over the top. Referee has awarded a penalty for Fiji. Which way will they go? It apparently back at halfway. The tackle was okay. And here is a charge for the line. Referee has made a call there on Kalini Sau, and before that,
I think Domalala actually went to deck on the chasing play, and I don't think you're allowed to do that, but Fiji take it quickly. Got to take your chances in the final.
And take the chances. Jerry Tuwai.
Fiji did the big play. Everything's okay, I'm telling you.
Well, he's the one that made the initial break when they needed it. They were deep within their own quarter. He used the step to great effect. He kicked the ball over the top. I actually think some of the New Zealand players were conversing with the referee. They were caught off guard, so that's good recognition by that man on screen.
So Jerry Tuwai has scored it. He's a 25-year-old from the Maris Club. His ambitions are to become a minister of religion. The conversion is over. It's 7-all, 2.5 minutes to go till the half-time break. It's anyone's game at this stage, Carl.
Oh, most definitely, Keith. And there's the kickoff. This is where Fiji are so dangerous.
Options
Gone to the sideline, Domalala, and Forbes resting to see which way the call has gone. And the call has gone against Fiji. Domalala thought it was a Fiji throw-in.
New Zealand will just take another set piece here. Fiji playing into their hands. They're all disciplined. New Zealand will slow it down.
New Zealand coach Gordon Titchens. That expression, by the way, never changes much, not even at any stage of a big one-sided victory, let alone here tonight in this kind of knife-edge atmosphere. Kaka throws beautifully. Lewis Ormond is into the game. There are more substitutions allowed these days. Here is Regan Ware. Very good run by him. Kalini Sau's the tackle. Fast hands through to the midfield now, where Sonny Bill will try them on. And he's got one of his dispatches away. Ormond ridden down by Very Malua. There's the 22-metre strike. New Zealand coming on attack. Baker. He's caught by Very Malua.
Hold on.
Away they go this time. Rabubu. Domalailai. Katonimbao. Look at Regan Ware hanging on for dear life. Kicked away by Forbes. The old workhorse. Plenty of work still left in his tank.
I can't understand some of these decisions here at the moment. There was a Fijian player offside. They're all over the ruck. I know the frustration's written all over DJ Ford's face. You see there the indestructible man, 79th tournament. He'll break that next week in Singapore.
Coming into the half-time break.
Crouch. Fine. Okay, both sides, just listen.
Katonimbao, Domalailai, Very Malua.
Okay.
On the far side, ice. Katonimbao, good service in Egypt, in the peacekeeping.
Sit.
Kalina always dangerous when he's got the ball and running. Oh, there's another one. Slipped away, kicked heavily and lost forward. Mistakes, perhaps, due to the tiredness, the slipperiness. Exciting stuff, though. Half-time has reached 7-all here in the Hong Kong Sevens of 2016.
Well, couldn't be tighter at half-time. 7 points all. New Zealand with the early try. Fiji responding through Jerry Tuwai. Just going to go in the huddles here now and hear, first of all, from Gordon Titchens. His pitch
Now we can punch each other, but we don't have to. We can go over here, we can move it. They're not coming up. Give us a bit more strength if we need to. We are in control of this game. The only thing that we're letting them in is our mistakes. If we lose the ball, we give them something else. If we make our decision at breakdown, point out to the referee. If he's stealing off, we can't compete. So say, hey, what's going on? And then we go view tap. Okay? Then we can't go for it. Okay? Otherwise, we just keep our shape. We go forward. You do and undo it. It's our kick-off now, so just make sure we hit to the right areas. And make sure we're there. Put thing to it, that weakness. The wicket, a really good thing to it. Bang go. Be strong. Okay, get on.
Well, fascinating insight there. Battle between players and coaches alike. What did you make of that, Marcus?
Yeah, it's interesting. You see Gordon Titchens talking about Jerry Tuwai and how, you know, they need to close his space, and that's pretty much exactly what you need to do. You see on his try, he just does a couple of start steps and bang off the right foot. It's so difficult to defend against, but the best way is just a flat line and surrounding him.
Dan Ben seems to think Fiji are in control of this game, and if they don't make errors, then he thinks they'll be okay. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I think Ben's telling them to keep the ball, and that's quite hard with how Fiji play. They like to throw an offload, but yeah, I mean, if you look at them compared to New Zealand in the huddle, they look really calm, really collected, and just look like they're taking everything on board. So, you know, if you're going off body language, I think back in Fiji here to sort of stay calm and keep the ball and go on and win it.
Well, there's their captain, Osea Kolinasau. So often in cup finals, he's come up with a big play. 7 points each. Let's get back to Carlton Arno and Keith Quinn.
Away we go in the second half. Cathay Pacific Hong Kong Sevens final for 2016. It's greatly hosted here again. Privileged to be here. The final far from being decided. Look at Tuwai dancing like a middleweight boxer on the halfway line. And there's another example of some tremendous play by Kalina Shao. This time it's Domalala again. Here comes Katonimbao. Still only on the halfway line. Probing though. In goes Ware. Throws him down. But has he made the space? Here's as they come. It's with Verimalua. Colin Ishao. Good play. Kunatani. Semi-Kunatani. Regan Ware. Referee's whistle brings them back.
Yeah, I think a little knock on here by Morlair, I think it was. I actually thought he let it go, but desperation from New Zealand in defence. Great attack by Fiji, starting to get the offloads here. Semi-Kunatani throwing out the back door. Just there, I think, Keith.
Come off.
Subs happening. There's Ware, this young man, his first season with the New Zealand Sevens team. Number 10, you'll see in the New Zealand team going into the back line is out of Hamilton Boys High, as this man is, Isaac Titamaki. And this is for the season for all countries. 3 Fijians top the list: Verimalua, Tuai and Ravata.
There's one in 5th place too. Keith is just playing in another jersey for Scotland. Going after well.
That's right. Generous players, the Fijians, generous in spirit. Let's see how this one unfolds. Talinga is on the field. One of the most brilliant players in the last few weeks for Fiji. And there, the kick has gone too far from Kunatani.
Geez, it was the right idea though, Keith. There was a lot of space in behind and very little defence for New Zealand. Just overcooks it a little bit. But New Zealand is used to Semi-Kunatani hitting it up because he's so good at taking those physical exchanges and getting the offload. Great variation by the beast.
Make sure you stay behind him. Making sure we've got 7.
Discounting to see that Fiji haven't got an extra man on the field. There was one just crossing the touchline being subbed off. Couple of kicks. That's deflected off the hands to Tuai. Lewis Ormond is number 1. Well, there's a few mistakes coming in. You've got to challenge and compete in a final every instant, every moment of the match, especially one as tight as this. And there goes Kunatani, halfway line, showing them up. Titamaki makes a good tackle. This time it's gone to Verimalua. Tio Tuai is on the field. Verimalua again. Tight marking by New Zealand. Tuai wide this time to Rarugu. This is dangerous. Talinga. Chikiori Talinga breaks the game open.
Well, in the end, just a weight of possession from the Fijians taking its toll. See the ball play there, nice under the arm pass from Pio Tuai, and from there they spread it wide. New Zealand were all condensed on their far side of the field. Orman can't get across and he puts it down with authority, does Talinga.
Conversion goes through. Fiji 14, New Zealand 10. Here it is again.
Just a little dummy there, throws off the final defender for New Zealand. He's too quick, he gets on the outside. We know how fast this guy is.
Works for the corrections service. So maybe he's chasing people around the countryside for his fitness. Look at that team tries. They're well ahead for the whole season, aren't they? New Zealand back 52 tries behind them. So here's Ware, but it's lost forward by New Zealand. Accidental offside. Referee is Matt O'Brien, formerly from Australia, and now he's Senor O'Brien from Argentina. Oh, I'm sorry, from Brazil, Rio.
Yes, I like to see that again if we could. There was a high kick-off. There was only one man competing in the air for Fiji. Passes completed it. Dominating at the moment because they love to offload the ball.
Fine. Sit.
He's gone from the backs into the forwards, just as you called it, Carl. Here they come again. There's Talinga scored the try. Oh, the Fijians are starting to look good here, aren't they? Some of the passing isn't quite as smooth as you might see in a textbook. Oh, maybe some of the catching isn't as well. And that one's gone forward. Advantage for Fiji. Let's see if they can collect themselves. It's a difficult ball. Slippery as a herring on a wet plate.
It was torrential rain early on today, wasn't it? But this field hasn't cut up at all, Keith. There was puddles on it earlier on this afternoon, but now strained away and given a good track for these two teams. But still, there is a lot of dew on the ground and making it very tough for these passes.
And what's your call, Carl? Still spin it to win it, as is the kind of sevens tradition.
Sonny Bill's going to come back on here, so I think New Zealand, they have to be stable at the set piece first. I think you give it to Isaac Tatamaki and let him have a go. He's the fastest player in the New Zealand team. Get him on a one-on-one matchup, and this is the best opportunity to do it at scrum time.
Yeah, but the Fiji guys are much bigger, and so for them to turn on the surface a wee bit treacherous, might be a bit like asking the Queen Mary to turn. It takes a little bit slower than other big craft, and this is a sad sight. Lewis Ormond, who plays, in my mind, way above his weight, but is a terrific addition to the New Zealand Sevens team. He's gone to the sideline, and here it is with Kurt Baker. Now here's Tatamaki. Are they going to give him a chance to go? He's going to have a crack, but again, it's that slippery leather.
Good defence, though, from Talinga, the try scorer. He got done on the outside. He had good make-up speed and knocks the ball out of Isaac Tatamaki's hand just as he was starting to get the legs pumping and go halfway through that hole. Kurt Baker saying, don't worry, mate. That's what we wanted.
Just a buzz around the ground now. People absorbed in these recent moments. Back in the battle of the front end loaders. Halfway line. Pulling this out. He's been here in various guises with the different coloured hair, shapes, colours, and he's been a brilliant player, and that time he lost it forward.
It's amazing what a bit of pressure does to good players, isn't it, Keith, in finals? Usually the Fijians will hold that any day of the week, but on this occasion New Zealand's constant pressure in the face of Fiji starting to take its toll, and now they set it up. They have the ball on attack. They chuck SBW at centre.
Yes, there is Sonny Bill Williams out in the centres, so he's had a role in the forwards, and now out in the centre as Aki has, but there's a bit of bustle, and now here is Tatamaki. He's given it to Sonny Bill. He matches up and flicks it out the side door to Ware and Felinisau. He certainly gives it heaps, doesn't he, Regan Ware? It's went backwards from Felinisau. Baker has been well marked. Forbes, Kaka. Oh yes, nice. Peter Aki. They get him into space. We've seen already in this game what his sidestepping can do. Turner. To halfway comes Rabubu. Oh, now it's with Nasila Sila, and Kunatani is in under the posts. That one really hurts. Sevi Kunatani.
Well, it started all the way back at the breakdown for Fiji. Pio Tuai, the big man, going right through the middle of New Zealand's ruck, taking out the halfback as well. Here it is here. Did he release the player? Tackle play takes out the cleaner and the halfback. Then they spread it to the short side, and Semi Kunatani didn't take long to find his seventh legs. Did the beast, and well, here's a home run hitter, and he's hit this one out of the park in this final.
And the kick is converted 21-7. It's a good lead now with only a minute and 20 to play. Will there be any bounce back from New Zealand?
Come on. Come off. I'll blow time on when you kick the ball. Go. Time on.
A minute to play in the final. It's caught by Williams for New Zealand. Aki. Sonny Bill having a go on his own. Well, not quite. Oh, look, that's a brilliant offload, but Forbes didn't see it coming. The referee's called a scrum.
2 knock-ons.
It's been a tough final, Carl, but it's going to go the correct way in terms of the result.
It's been physical, Keith, no doubt about that. These two teams haven't taken a backward step whatsoever. Only 27 seconds left. Maybe the clock is going to be against New Zealand, who have been gallant. Remember, they had to go to extra time in their semi-final to get over South Africa, so maybe fatigue just playing its part as well.
They had 2 periods of extra time in that semi-final. It was really tough going. And these guys are really leg weary. Not saying it's just the New Zealanders, the Fijians as well.
Not pushing straight.
Taken by Cup. Oh, he gets hit very hard by Ravubu. Had a good roll in the final as Ravubu. And referees awarded a penalty as the siren goes for the end of the game. There is Waisali Sarebi watching. He was the winner of the Leslie Williams Trophy for the best player here, playing in the best spirit of sevens 5 times. My co-commentator Carl won it twice. And we'll see who wins it from the awards this year from all the countries taking part. But meantime, the major trophy here is going to go to Fiji, and that's thoroughly deserved. And the man who seals it is the captain, Osia Kolinisau, number 7. He kicks the ball away into the stand for someone to take home to Suba as a souvenir. And Ben Ryan and Gordon Kitchens embrace and agree, perhaps, in their own hearts that the best team won. Tremendous final, tough final. Disappointment for Forbes and the New Zealand team. They gave it plenty, but a merited victory for Fiji here tonight.